What's up guys, we're here in the Canadian Rockies, and in this video, we're going to show you our top 10 hikes in this beautiful mountain range. So hope you enjoy it. The Canadian Rockies are a vast mountain range located in Western Canada. Encompassing several national and provincial parks, including Yoho, Kootenay, Mount Robson, Jasper, Banff, and Waterton, the Canadian Rockies offer unparalleled natural beauty and endless hiking opportunities. In this video, we'll be sharing our top 10 day hikes in the Canadian Rockies. This mix of easy, medium, and hard hikes have been carefully selected based on our experience in this region, including 3 different road trips and spending a summer in Canmore. We've personally hiked each trail, so you can be assured that all the information we provide is reliable. For each hike, we'll give a route overview, the difficulty level, which park it's located in, as well as other essential information that you need to know. We've also included a link to the route for each hike in the description below the video. Now let's dive in. We are Zach and Ina. We make helpful videos about destinations around the world so you can easily plan your own adventures. The Wilcox Pass Trail is situated near the Athabasca Glacier along the Icefields Parkway. This hike will give you a great view of the Columbia Icefield from above. Spanning about 10 kilometers or 6.2 miles total, this moderately challenging route has an elevation gain of 490 meters or 1,607 feet. Throughout the trail, you'll venture through a diverse range of landscapes, including lush forests and picturesque alpine meadows. Along the way, keep an eye out for wildlife, such as bighorn sheep. The grand finale awaits at the end of the trail, treating you to a panoramic vista of the majestic Athabasca Glacier. The Big Beehive is a 10.8 kilometer or 6.7 mile out and back trail that starts at the breathtaking Lake Louise in Banff National Park. With an elevation gain of 723 meters or 2,372 feet, it's generally considered a challenging route. This hike is one of our favorites for a good reason. It takes you along multiple lakes and stunning viewpoints, such as Mirror Lake, Lake Agnes, a waterfall, and the famous tea house. And while the trail up until Lake Agnes and the tea house can be quite busy, the final push to the summit is relatively quiet. Once you reach the summit, you'll be treated to spectacular views of the world-famous Lake Louise, which looks even more stunning from above. The Bald Hills Trail, located on the west shore of Maligne Lake in Jasper National Park, offers a round-trip hike of 15 kilometers or 9.3 miles. With an elevation gain of 763 meters or 2,503 feet, we consider this a somewhat challenging hike. Starting with a tedious ascent on the forested fire trail, the first half of this hike is pretty boring since there aren't many views. However, once you get beyond the tree line, you'll be greeted with breathtaking vistas of Maligne Lake and the Encompassing Mountains. The ultimate reward awaits at the Bald Hills summit, making all the effort worthwhile. For a great bonus, do the loop part while going down, so you can get some extra ridge views. The Larch Valley Trail starts at Moraine Lake, which is the most beautiful lake in the entire Canadian Rockies in our opinion. To access the lake and trailhead, you need to book a shuttle in advance. We left a link in the description with more information on how to get there. The hike is moderately difficult and starts from the eastern side of the lake, covering 8.9 kilometers or 5.5 miles round trip, with 560 meters or 1,837 feet of elevation gain. The trail first winds through a dense forest, but it's only when you reach the valley that it gets really interesting. With views of the famous 10 peaks, evergreen conifers, and the larch trees, you'll realize how enchanting this hike is.
We made it to the top of the Larch Valley Trail. We have this amazing view onto like the peaks that surround Moraine Lake, which is pretty cool.
From the small lakes at the end of the trail, you can also decide to continue to Sentinel Pass. This hike is especially beautiful at the beginning of fall, when the larch trees transform into vivid yellow. On your way down, make sure to take in the majestic views of Moraine Lake from the short Rock Pile Trail detour. You can find the trailhead for that on the left side of the parking lot at Moraine Lake itself. One of the easiest and most rewarding trails to explore in Jasper National Park is the Valley of the Five Lakes. This trail forms a loop spanning 5 kilometers or 3.1 miles as it meanders through a picturesque forested valley. Along the way, you can admire 5 interconnected lakes, each with different shades of green. Completing this trail usually takes between 1.5 and 2 hours, including stops for pictures. It is important to note that due to its immense popularity, the Valley of the Five Lakes can sometimes become crowded. The Crypt Lake Trail can be found in Waterton Lakes National Park. To begin the hike, you must first take a boat ride across Upper Waterton Lake. Once off the boat, you'll commence an uphill trek through a forest, continuing through a picturesque valley framed by mountains. The hike itself is about 18.3 kilometers or 11.3 miles round trip, with an elevation gain of 818 meters or 2,683 feet. It takes most people between 5 to 7 hours to complete. There's also a short adventurous section near the top, consisting of a ladder, tunnel, and some chains bolted into the cliffs. Crypt Lake itself is the highlight at the end, a stunning emerald-colored glacial-fed lake. We have a full video all about Waterton Lakes National Park with more information about this hike as well as other beautiful hikes in the park. Another amazing hike with stunning lake views is Sarrail Ridge via the Rawson Lake Trail. Starting at Upper Kananaskis Lake in Kananaskis Country, the 11.4 kilometer or 7 mile trail gradually takes you through dense forest to the emerald green Rawson Lake. But the real excitement begins when you start to scramble up Sarrail Ridge with its steep and challenging terrain. Made it to Rawson Lake. It's a really beautiful view. So we have to go all the way up to the top of that ridge. We're just gonna have to be extra careful. The effort is worth it once you reach the top, where you'll be rewarded with incredible views of both lakes and majestic mountain peaks. Make sure to hike with a group of at least 4 people here, due to grizzly bear activity along the route. We also have another video about our 10 favorite hikes in Kananaskis if you want to hike other routes in the area. The Opabin Plateau hike at Lake O'Hara is a breathtaking journey through some of the most pristine landscapes in the Canadian Rockies. Located in Yoho National Park, this hike has a distance of 8.7 kilometers or 5.4 miles, with 340 meters or 1,115 feet of elevation gain, and offers a moderate difficulty. Starting from the shores of Lake O'Hara, a short but steep trail leads you to a giant rock face. As you reach the viewpoint on Opabin Plateau, prepare to be amazed by the shimmering turquoise lakes below. This might be our favorite view in all of Canada so far. Continue along the Alpine Meadow Trail to the Opabin Lake and Glacier, before descending down to the shores of Lake O'Hara again. It's important to note that obtaining a bus reservation to access Lake O'Hara can be quite challenging, as they're in high demand. We left a link in the description below the video with more information on booking the bus shuttle. The Helen Lake and Cirque Peak Trail is located along the Icefields Parkway, near Bow Lake. This 16-kilometer or 10-mile route is one of our all-time favorite hikes in the Canadian Rockies, so it's no surprise that we've completed it twice. After passing through a forest, it soon reveals a breathtaking valley with panoramic views. Along the way, you'll encounter wildflower fields, meandering river streams, little lakes, and tons of wildlife. Although the final ascent to Cirque Peak is a very challenging scramble, the reward of 360 vistas that seemingly stretch across the entirety of the Canadian Rockies makes it worthwhile. It's a little windy up here. Located in Mount Robson Provincial Park, the Berg Lake Trail is our favorite hike in all of the Canadian Rockies. Although it's a long journey of 37.8 kilometers or 23.5 miles total, we've met lots of people who hike this in one day. The trail takes you along a glacial-fed river almost the entire way, and passes by 16 different glaciers, the impressive Emperor Falls, and 2 stunning turquoise lakes. The Berg Lake Trail also includes views of the tallest mountain in the Canadian Rockies, Mount Robson. Although you can do this in a day, we recommend taking at least 2 days to complete the entire trail if you have time. And if you only have 1 day but don't want to complete the entire trek, we still recommend hiking to Kootenay Lake, which is a moderate 13.4 kilometer or 8.3 mile day hike. We hope that our top 10 hikes have inspired you to lace up your boots and explore these majestic mountains for yourself. If you're looking for individual videos of these parks, we've got you covered as well. We have videos of Banff, Kananaskis, Jasper, and Waterton Lakes National Park, showcasing the best hikes and things to do in these destinations. And if you're planning your Canadian Rockies trip, we recommend keeping things organized with our interactive travel planner. Check out the description below this video for a discount code, more videos, and other helpful links for your trip. We'll catch you on the next adventure.